Ready? Just start recording and proceed.
Yeah, okay. So I'll start now, yeah? So, hi, good morning. I'm Denisha and I will be presenting Baba Yaga. So, let's dive right into it, okay? So, have you ever wondered who Baba Yaga is? Well, let's take a little look into the origins of her name. So, a little fact about Baba Yaga's name. Baba means grandmother, and Yaga could be ranging from wicked or snake. So, she is then otherwise known as the grandmother witch. So, she is the Slavic goddess of birth, death, as well as wisdom. And however, she has devolved into a Russian myth of being a child eating boogie witch who is commonly used to scare children into obedience. So, the commonly used phrase by parents to scare their children is behave or Baba Yaga will come and eat you. So yeah, although she is portrayed as a scary child-eating witch, or even someone who enjoys eating people who fail to complete her task, what many don't know is that she is also the goddess of the underworld, guardian of the fountain of life, and grandmother to all. And speaking of getting into like her wherever she lives, she lives deep in a birch forest in a little hut that goes by the name of Bushka. So it stands on stilt like chicken's feet. So that's pretty unique. And okay, a few stories are surrounding Baba Yaga, but have you heard of the most famous one, which is called Vasilisa the Fair? So let's get into the story, shall we? Long, long ago, lived an old woman, his wife, and beautiful daughter named Vasilisa. They lived in a small hut but led happy and peaceful lives. However, Vasilisa's mother falls ill and does not have much time left. So she hands Vasilisa a doll which would help and guide her whenever she's in trouble by giving it food. However, Vasilisa uh, made Vasilisa promise to never tell anyone about the doll. And soon after, her mother had passed away. Vasilisa's father grieved and mourned her mother's passing, but remarried not too long after, as he wanted to give Vasilisa a second mother. Her stepmother had two daughters of her own. However, Vasilisa's stepmother and her daughters were wicked and made her continuously carry out daily chores to make her grow thin and haggard. But one day, Vasilisa's father was said to um, have to set out from home and was expected to not be back for a long time. So, on one dark and rainy night, the four ladies were left alone. So Vasilisa's stepmother had assigned each of them a task and went to bed. The eldest was to weave lace, the second was to knit stockings, and Vasilisa to spin the yarn. The fire that lit the room went out, and there they were, left in the dark. To no one's surprise, Vasilisa's stepsister gave her the mission to look for a light. But they insisted that she go to Baba Yaga's hut to retrieve it, so off she went into the dark woods all alone with her doll left in her pocket. And in the midst of her journey, she sees a white horseman riding through the woods, and soon after it starts dawning. Not long after, a second horseman follows behind, but this time he's a red horseman. The sun starts to rise as he rides by, giving Vasilisa the advantage to continue her journey. She continued on till the evening when she suddenly came across a small hut, Baba Yaga's hut. She noticed the fence was made out of human bones and crowned with human skulls. The, the gate was no ordinary one, but the bones of men's legs, and the lock was a set of sharp teeth. Lastly, the bolts were made out of men's arms. Horrified, Vasilisa stood still, and then came a black horseman. As soon as the black horseman rode by, night descended, and light came shining out of the skull's eyes on the fence. Next, the ground begins to shake as though an earthquake hit, and down came Baba Yaga, flying on her broomstick. Vasilisa bows and politely introduces herself and tells her why she is there. She is there because she needs help. Baba Yaga agrees to help her, but on one condition, that Vasilisa completes the task given to her or she'd be eaten alive. Vasilisa was then given the first task, which was to pick millet seed by seed without leaving any black bits. Now remember, Vasilisa has a magical doll that helps her in everything that she does. So by the time Baba Yaga returns, the task was done, and she was furious because she did not expect it to get done that fast. Therefore, Baba Yaga gives her a second task, which was to separate peas and poppy seeds and put them into two separate heaps. So the doll helped Vasilisa once again, and Baba Yaga got even more angry. She got more furious, yeah. So when Baba Yaga had returned, it was nighttime, and she had asked her maid to fire up the stove because she wanted to eat Vasilisa the following morning. Vasilisa overheard this and started weeping, asking her magical doll what to do. She then turns to the maid and tells her to free her in exchange for a silk handkerchief. The maid agrees and tells her to escape quickly. However, Vasilisa was scared of the three horsemen that she saw before she came across Baba Yaga's hut. However, the maid did reassure her that the three horsemen were just Baba Yaga's servants. The white horseman represented dawn, the red horseman represented daylight, and the black horseman represented night. Therefore, all the times changed when they arrived. So as Vasilisa exited the house, it was still nighttime. So she had seen this skull that was placed on a fence, and she had put it on a stick as a guiding light home. So she took it because she needed it for her survival. So when Vasilisa got home, she had seen that the little hut of hers was still pitch black. Her stepsisters came running out and asked her what took her so long. Once they brought the skull into the house, the skull's eyes were fixated on the stepsisters and stepmother, as though slowly burning them alive. And when morning came, all three of them, the stepmother and stepsisters, were burnt alive. So Vasilisa had then buried the skull outside her hut, which then led to red roses growing. So she then left the little hut and set off to town to have a fresh beginning. So then, yeah, sorry, this was a slide. It didn't load, but yeah, this is the end. So I just want to talk a little bit about the story and the ending. So the reason why the stepsisters and stepmother were burned alive was because Vasilisa had taken the skull. So the skull represents the sacred object of Baba Yaga's. So she had taken it in order for her survival. She did not take it out of greed. Therefore, like, she had good intentions when using the skull. However, the stepmother and stepsisters did not have that good of intentions, so they were known to be greedy. That's why they were burnt alive. And greed is also part of one of the 7 deadly sins, so that's why they were burnt alive. So yeah, that's all from me.